difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see. Hey guys, welcome to Thursday Night Cream. I've missed you guys. I'm so happy to be in the place to be. We didn't just fall out. We fell in. We fell into some excellence. We got a whole lot of stuff going on this side of the universe, and we hope that you're feeling great as well. So we just came here today to share some of our excellence, to share some of our trials, to share some of our tribulations, to share some of our successes as well. So yeah, just invite a few people that you care about. Just tag some people. I'm here alongside multimillionaire Calvin, so you guys bear with me. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm having a little struggle here, but we're gonna get through this, okay? So yeah, Calvin, take it away.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's your man, Neighborhood Cal, also known as Multimillionaire Cal. Hope all is well. Do me a favor, y'all. Wherever y'all chiming in from, whether it be East Coast, West Coast, Pacific Time, Mountain Time, go ahead and let us know where y'all chiming in from, and give us a thumbs up. I appreciate everybody. I think this is our 28th episode. I think this is our 28th episode. We've been holding in strong for 5 months, and like she said, yeah, we've been tapping in. You hear me? We've been tapping in, and God got a way of doing some things. You know what I mean? Because he's still a God that can do some things without you, right? So he don't need your permission on some of the things, right? But at the same time, it's for your good. It's for your good concerning the will of Christ Jesus. So at the end of the day, man, we just been being blessed, staying focused, and really, and really giving, thanks to God, and even, just even to one another. Miss Kim, I thank you. You know what I mean, for being persistent, and persevering. If anybody out there in the audience, man, and even though I don't see y'all right now, I thank you guys for even staying tuned, for even coming on right now. I thank you guys for even, persevering and not giving up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to fail, but it's another thing to quit. And you ain't quit. So I thank you guys for, staying in, because that's why I'm staying in. Because you know what? One day I might need you, and one day you might need me. And you know what? Today might be that day. And so I can't give up, because you might need me tomorrow. You might need me today. So I got to be there when you need me. So thank you guys for even being there when we needed y'all. And more important, man, just never quit. You heard? Never quit.
That's right. I totally agree with you on never quitting. You can slow down for a minute, but just don't quit. One thing that I love that you always talk about is it's a monument. What's that slogan you say?
It's a movement, not a monument.
It's a movement, not a monument. Love it. As long as you stay moving, you're gonna get to your blessings eventually. So keep on keeping on. And we do have a special guest that we're going to bring to the stage. Her name is Taisha Thompson. The reason that I feel that she would be the perfect guest tonight is because she's going through some struggles, if you will, and I guess not understanding what God really is emerging. I was talking to multimillionaire Calvin a minute ago, where we're going to retitle this thing called How God Emerges You into Excellence, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and start letting God emerge me. You know what I'm saying? Emerge me, baptize me, surround me with all of this goodness. So I'm super excited to go ahead and bring Taisha Thompson to the stage. Taisha, how are you?
Good, thanks. How you doing, Kim?
Doing great.
Hola, how you doing, Queen?
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
I like your glasses. Now those is just like right now we need to take a whole picture of you right now. Like, man, Queen, that's how you do that. Man, you fly, yo.
Thanks, guys.
Amen. So without any further ado, we were waiting on you to come on in the room, Queen. Without any further ado, my name is Kimberly Connor here from Colorado Springs, where I am the CEO of Kim's Credit Leverage, where I teach you how to leverage what you have in order to get what you desire. Alongside the host with the most, Mr. Multimillionaire Calvin Allen, who is my mentor, my friend, my inspiration. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Calvin, and then we'll go ahead and let Miss Taisha introduce herself, if you will.
Yo. It's your man, neighborhood Cal, also known as Multimillionaire Cal. I'm a real estate investor, mogul. I'm a consultant. I'm a car rental service provide like a super host provider. Um, I'm a lot of things. I got several businesses. I got several things that I got going on. But more importantly, man, I am a business owner who has a vision that it's better to be a movement than a monument. So with that being said, whatever you need, we got it. Whatever we got, you need it. You heard. I promise you already know the ground most definitely gonna be respected. Neighborhood.
Love it, love it, love it. Now, Miss Taisha Thompson, give our audience a little bit of information about yourself other than you're great in everything you do, other than I'm super proud to have you on our team, other than you are a woman that wins. We had an amazing weekend this past weekend. She did come out to get like one-on-one mentorship with me here in Colorado, which is super huge.
Yes, dope.
Yeah, that was super dope. And so, Taisha, go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about you and maybe what you do for our community. And not only that, be transparent on what you might be struggling with. You know what I'm saying? So we can get down to the nitty gritty. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Great. Hello, everyone. Thanks for inviting me, Kim. Thanks, Calvin, for allowing me to come on y'all's platform. That's what's up. So my name is Taisha Thompson. I am a mother. I am a comedian. I am an entrepreneur, and I am a network marketing professional. I really don't have any struggles. I stand in my own way. I always look in the mirror. Whenever you got a problem, you got to look in the mirror and see what you're doing. That's stopping your progress. But I love to share. I am a servant. I know my purpose on this earth in my life is to serve, to add value, to better someone else's life. So I'm always doing something to add value, so that when I pass away, my eulogy will not say that I just was a worker. That I just worked and I didn't serve. I read a lot of eulogies. Um, 153,000 people die every day. So I read eulogies here and there because people are always dying, and it never says how someone served. Mostly, I just hear about the job they had and how long they were on their job, but nothing saying that you served, or you took care of some people, or you added value. I was just talking to my son today about that, and my eulogy would say, I serve, like I sell CMOS, right? So sometimes I see people that can't walk straight. It's like, yo, do you believe in holistic medicine? Right? Like, there's a way for you to not have to lean over when you're walking, right? So you just need to tap into something. So anyway, my purpose is to serve. So however I can add value to someone's life, that's what the goal is.
Well, I think you know what I mean. It wasn't like you was saying. It wasn't like you was taking too much time, because at the end of the day, that's what the Bible says. The Bible says that the greatest in the kingdom is the one who serves, right? So he said, man, either or, depart from me, you worker of iniquity, or my good and faithful what servant. So at the end of the day, man, servant requires a service. So at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do is just have that good customer service, that service, and which we need from one another, that we owe up to God too, though. So Queen, I salute that, like, cause that was a dope. Like, you had me rethinking about, serving, and cause I never thought of it that way, right? Cause when we do die, they do tell you what job title you had, what you played in high school, what church you attended for two days, all that. But they never say you was a servant. They never say what you serve, and that's dope. Like, I'm aiming towards that now. So thank you, because you came on and just taught me what I need to aim towards, the service.
Yeah, we always hear, we all got mentors, and they always talk about leaving a legacy. Like, how will you be remembered? And you got to look at what is your eulogy going to say about you in your lifetime. So I'm already serving. I need to be better at this network marketing thing.
Copy.
Well, not really this financial literacy thing, because people don't like to talk about finances, right? like that's that's a subject people just, I don't want to deal with that, so they just shy away from talking about finances. But I know I have a purpose to be here. Kim has heard my story before. I have I have a connection with my higher power. So I know my higher power sees me, so I ain't doing nothing to dissatisfy my highest power.
Copy.
Right. I fear God. I do fear God. and that's the only thing I'm in fear of. But I don't know, I kind of got sidetracked. What was I saying?
Yeah, it's all good. You're saying that you're a true servant leader.
Oh yeah, true servant leader. So yeah, my story for this financial literacy, I was talking to God and I was saying, God, I just want to help some people. And he said, you can help them financially. And I'm like, God, I don't got no money. My money ain't right to help people financially. So I didn't go against it. I didn't say, no, I can't do that. I just kind of let it go. And then a couple years later, I got into Nove, a financial literacy company. So I know I have a purpose here. Like it's kind of a manifestation that I'm here to help people financially with money, because the money makes the world go round. Right? And if you ain't got money, you got problems. Yeah, when your money's not right, you got real problems. So if you can help somebody with some money, man, that's the best thing you could possibly do. I always say people will do anything for you if you give them some money.
If
you need a favor and you got a couple dollars, you ain't got to worry. Like somebody gonna do that thing for you because they want the money that you offering. Right? Don't ask nobody for something if you ain't got nothing to give to them.
Right.
But money is what makes the world go round. We all need money. So financial literacy wasn't taught to us, of course.
Copy.
So now we can, what better way to help people than with money and to learn about financial literacy. So I know I'm in the right place with Nove, and helping people get this money. Tapping other people's money, right?
Right. That's what it's about. It's money regardless.
Right.
And real quick, I just want to say, we understand about the money thing, but most importantly, we're going to talk about credit. You know what I'm saying? Because without credit, you can have all the money in the world, but without credit and without learning how to leverage credit, you're not going to get very far, because our money going to run out eventually. You know what I'm saying? But other people's money won't. Well, that's what we're educating and talking about. You know what I'm saying?
They go hand in hand. It's like a quarter of heads and tails, right? You're gonna need both of them, because when you obtain that credit, right? When you obtain that credit, now all this is financial literacy, right? Because it all is finance, it all is that currency or whatnot, however you want to look at it. So now once you start thinking about how can I get some money, and now you can leverage that with somebody else's credit, right? And you can liquidate that and really literally turn that into money, or you can utilize that and go and buy something to actually turn that into some money, to where now you got the fiat, right? Now you got the paper. So at the end of the day, you need both of them, right? You need both of them, because sometimes you're going to need some money to get your credit fixed. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it all depends. So at the end of the day, I feel like they both is king, right? And when you're dealing with two kings, you just got to learn how to go ahead and adjust each other's crowns. So we got to learn how to adjust the money crown and the credit crown to know how to wear both of them, what we need to wear, right? Because they both need each other in order for us to get to where we need to get to. But it starts with the mind, right? So the most important thing is the mind. Because I could give a cat $1, I could give him $10. He gonna go back and reflect to do whatever he wants to. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it was the reason why I gave it to him. But I'm starting to teach people exactly the blueprint of money, right? But the blueprint of money comes from the fruit of the mind. The root is the money. That's the result, right? That's the result of you doing good, right? People base success off of how much money they got, right? So if a guy makes $1 million a year, he must be doing pretty dang on good. However you want to look at it. So I look at it as he's thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? In order to get it, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to get a pen.
He must be thinking differently in order to get that money. So, it all goes back to the money and the credit is like, a two-edged sword. You know what I mean? A coin, heads and tails. But then at the end of the day, what's controlling that heads and tails is the mind, because we got to flip it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. I totally agree with that. Multimillionaire Calvin, can you go ahead and address what you were speaking about today? How God just emerges us into excellence without us. Let me back it up a little bit. I was saying we got to watch what we pray for, because God has a way of doing for us what we cannot do for ourselves. Like when I was going to this job and I hated my job and it was taking away my freedom from my baby. I was like, I used to hate my job and then I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? And now I had to pull Nove out of my back pocket. So that's what emerged That's how he emerged me into excellence, by having to do it. I was comfortable with that little job. I was comfortable with being uncomfortable. I was comfortable with being angry or hate my job. You know what I'm saying? But God said, that's not for you. That's not for you. I want you to be of excellence. I want you to serve more people. So I lost my job. And when I lost my job, I was actually on the phone with Hazik, and he was like, "Oh, sorry to hear that, Queen." I said, "I'm not." Right. And it's been good ever since, even with the baby thing that I'm going through right now. I'm being immersed into excellence once again. Had no idea I was about to be somebody's parent again. I'm ready to get Sanaya home where she needs to go. 18, empty nester. But God said, no. We got more plans for you. Right. So I lean not into my own understanding. I know it's a lot right now, but I know this too shall pass. So. It's okay. So can you tell me, Calvin, what you were speaking of today about how God is emerging you into your excellence?
And I want you to just say me, because I know we are all many parts, connected to the same body. So at the end of the day, whatever body part hurting, the other body part has to have some type of understanding of connections, right? So we all connected to it. And when you was telling me a little bit of that story, I'm like, God just been having his way and doing that to me, right? Making me get uncomfortable with a good situation, right? Buying all these cars, doing all my stuff, and I got a lot of these cars, and I got them in my personal name. So I want to go grab some more cars today, and they gave me a good news, bad news, and I'm like, well, what's the bad news? Because I'm cool with that. I want to hear the good news later. It's like, well, the bad news is you got denied. I'm like, well, why get denied? My credit's smooth. He like, no, look, your credit all the way up there, bro. He like, it don't even matter, right? He's like, your credit is cool. He's like, but you got too many open loans in your personal name. So what you're gonna have to do is either get a cosigner. He's like, but it'd be done. You don't need no cosigner. He's like, unless you want to come up and put some money down. I'm like, nah, my thing, I don't want to put no money down. My thing is we going in there mine first, and if the mine can't do it, then we use other people's money, right? But my thing was I wasn't using my money. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use no money, period. This is the whole training purpose. Not to use my money. Stand on my gun. So I said, okay, cool. So he called me back and he told me I need to put, a couple thousand down. I said, nah, it's not that important to me. I don't want to put the money down. But then I got uncomfortable because I'm like, dang, how I just get turned down for me having good credit, but at the same time, I got too many open lines underneath my personal credit. And God was clearly showing me. I mean, I've been uncomfortable for like 2 weeks. That's because I've been dealing with everything in your business. You should have been putting everything in your business. So now I got to go back, right, and put all these cars and these other cars I'm trying to get into my business name. And I'm like, yo, dude, why didn't you been do that? You know what I mean? Like, you should have been do that because you watch this. I'm putting too much on me personally, right? Too much on what I can bear personally, and God don't want that to happen. So at the end of the day, when I was explaining that to you, I'm like, when you're dealing with an emergency, right? When you're dealing with an emerge, right? That an emergency is in an emerge, right? So you feel like you're going through something that you shouldn't be going through, that you don't want to go through. It's uncomfortable, and you like, man, this ain't for me. I want to give up. Even though you feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna quit, but I just want to, I'm tired, right? I'm tired. But it's in those times to where, and the reason why we're tired is because when you emerge, the first thing you got to do is go back, right? So God would just show me, like, it may look like we going backwards, right? We got to go back. So in your situation, Miss Kim, you got an almost 18-year-old daughter that you just done raised, and you couldn't wait for her to get about and get on her own to where now you got a whole nother 7-year-old. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I had to go back. Let me take you back. Why? Because it's some things that I got to reconsider for your future. And sometimes, like I said, in order for us, we got to go back for us to go further in our future. So that whole emerge was the whole purpose that God was dealing with us. You know what I mean? It felt like it was an emergency and we wanted to tap out and call 911, right? But because we was faithful, right? Because we was faithful over little, he make us ruler over many. He allowed us to understand that you know what, it's cool to go backwards just so he can go and take us a little bit further. So I just know in what we got going on in our business mindset, Queen, if you're trying to get, trying to quit your job and you want to lean that into your understanding, but in all your ways and knowledge him and get your own company, your own business, allow God to take you through that uncomfortable thing to bring you back, just to propel you forward. And that's what the whole emerge thing is. And I don't know who listening to it. It's like, I know for a fact people is going through some things right now, and it could be a good problem, right? Like these could be like for y'all answer, these is called what I call growing pains, right? it's like, having a baby. And I don't know by experience, but being there with all three of my kids, I done seen the growing pain. My wife was going through so many different things, but even though she was complaining, she was still smiling because she knew it was a birthing that was coming through. That's all we going through. It's just a manifestation of a birthing. It's a vision, right? And that's why you got Birth of a Nation, because you got to go through some things. You got to go through a 9-month period for you to go ahead and let go what God told you that you can have. So it's like sometimes, Queen, we got to go through that stuff. So whoever listening to this, I believe that God had called us to what we thought was an emergency. It really was to emerge. I see and see, to emerge and see. It was really called to emerge and see exactly what it is that God got for us. So I want people to be encouraged and understand that even though we thought we was about to break, God said, "Nah, I was just bending you. I was just stretching you out. You know what I mean? Just so you can be well fit for what's coming in." So yeah, just be encouraged, and that's pretty much what I was trying to let you know.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. And Taisha, you could hop on in whenever you want to. You know what I'm saying? This is like a kickback. That's giving, our encouraging words. You're doing amazing. I'm super excited that you're here.
Right. Because I want to hear more about what you got. First of all, you said you're a comedian.
Yeah, I'm just naturally funny, Calvin. I just find humor and to make a tough situation a little bit lighter. I tend to bring a little bit of comedy to it. I'm always I try to keep myself in good spirits. Like, my happiness is my responsibility. So I ain't want to be walking around with hate on my back. I try to move with love and not judge people and let people live. Like, listen, if that's how you want to live, hey, you got your own life to live. You got to walk in them shoes. I just try to move with love in all that I do. But what I got from what you were saying, Calvin, is that, you're learning. You're going through the process, but you're learning and you're growing at the same time, right? So you didn't know that you needed to have all these things under your business, but going through the process, you know what I'm saying? You learning more. So you got more of a testimony to tell people when they start a car business, or they start, renting cars. Like, don't start with your personal credit. You want to start with your business credit. Right. So it's all a process of learning, right? And then, as long as we keep going through the process, we come through growing pains. You welcome them pains. It's hard to welcome pain because I avoid pain like the plague. Like, oh, don't give me no pain, Lord. Right. Lord. We don't want no pain, but we can grow through our pain. It's part of the process. So it's all learning, right? So like our mentor says, you're either growing or you're dying. So we continue to grow, continue to learn, and continue to share, right? Because this adds value.
Look, you said something I want you to write down, right? That's dope. Look, this is part where you can start off making some money right now. You said my happiness is my responsibility. That is a dope saying.
Yeah, I believe that. I walk with that.
Look, you need to write that on the shirt. Walk around, right? Walk around. And when people see that stuff, they're like, "Yo, where you get that from?" "Oh, I make him. Here go a business card. My happiness is my responsibility." That right there just clicked on. I'm like, "Yo,
I'm telling you, you better take heed, girl."
Listen,
he makes millionaires.
I'm a mother. I have 3 sons. My oldest son is 25. I have an 18-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. And I tell these boys, listen, they know I'm a happy person. Like, I ain't gonna go. You ain't gonna put me through no stresses, right? Yeah. So I'm your mother. I'm down for you. You my son. You gotta let me know what's going on with you, as far as like where you are. Like, just check in with me so you don't give me no stresses, right? Because I want to be good. I want to be content. I need peace. Give me some peace. I need peace in my life. So that's basically my motto: is I need peace because I want to be happy, and I know that it's God, right? Like, because my higher power wants me to be happy, I can't be walking around angry, moving with hate. You got to move with love, and if you move with love, then that just makes you happy, right? Yeah, man, I got nothing but love for you. So that's my motto. I mean, it's part of my personality that just to be good. I know that I want to be happy, so I ain't gonna depend on you.
Right. You enjoy your own company, right? You gotta get to the point to where I don't call nobody over. I enjoy my own company. Listen to me. I enjoy my own company, yo.
I enjoy being by myself.
Yeah. I be cracking up. Listen to me.
Alone.
Cracking up. Just being by myself. And then I be thinking, like, when people get around me and they see me crack, what you cracking for, man? I'll just be talking to myself.
right. For real. I can have whole conversations by myself.
Whole conversations.
Listen, I write comedy by myself. Whatever makes me laugh, that's what I write down. Yeah, that's what I'll share with people, whatever makes me laugh. But yeah, your happiness is your responsibility. In this world, you can't put it in somebody else's shoes. Because they say, if you don't got plans for yourself, then you might fall into someone else's plans.
Exactly.
You don't want to know what they got planned for you because it ain't that much.
Come on.
Right. So you got to, always think about making yourself happy, keeping yourself safe, and doing the right thing.
Right.
Doing the right things. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So look, before we go any further, right? So look, y'all just now checking in. Anybody that is coming in, I need y'all to do us a favor. Let us know where y'all coming in from. This your man, Credit Cow, Neighborhood Cow. Also, we got Miss Millionaire Kim, and then we got our special guest, Mrs. Thompson. Man, look, she is a comedian. Look, we didn't even ask, where are you chiming in from? Where you at right now?
Oh, so I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay.
But I'm an Army brat, so I traveled around my childhood. I've lived in Germany, Hawaii, Alabama, North Carolina, New York, and now I'm in predominantly Caucasian South Boston, and white folks have been good to me.
You want to know why? Because you've been good to you. Because you've been good to you.
Because I love all people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we all bleed the same blood. How about that?
Yeah,
to put it simple, we all bleed the same blood. We all of a human, not nature, but
we all come from a broken culture, yo.
We're all human beings, right? So, I mean, come on. I ain't got time to try to hate you because you look different from me. We all bleed the same blood.
Yeah, come on, exactly.
Amen.
And that makes it easy. You put it that way, it's like
it makes it understandable. What else? What's understood don't need to be explained, right? So it make it understandable.
I have a question. It's about this credit thing. About the credit thing, like Calvin, multi-millionaire Calvin. Say like you. Because I was riding with you one day in the Maybach and I saw you. You like, look, Miss Kim, I got this credit card for $200,000, $300,000, or $500,000. Get not to shine on me, but just to inspire me that I could do it as well. Okay. So with those credit cards, can't you just pay off the cards that are in your personal name with your business credit accounts? Because to my understanding, that's what our goal was with the business credit anyway, was to when you get those business credit accounts, you pay off the stuff that is in your personal name. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So would that be?
Go ahead.
That's my strongest suggestion to you on the business credit tip.
So what you suggestion that I pay it off with my business credit? Only thing I need to do is just add it underneath my business credit. I mean my business. So instead of paying it off, all I need to do is just start putting these cards under in my business name.
But yeah, I guess I'm confused because it's already in your personal name, right? Yeah. So the credit cards that you have in your business name, can you use that to pay it off of your personal name?
Yeah, but watch this. You keep that separate, right? So I don't want to take anything from my business to pay on my personal, right? So it ain't the problem that I'm paying. The money is nothing. It's just that what happened is now the cars that I already had. So I got cars in my LLC, right? But the other ones I got, right? I went to go and it was like pretty much like a self-testing for me, right? Just to see. So I went and I'm like, well, I'm in good standings and I know my credit good. Let me just see what I can do. So I went to the bank and when they, when they told me, it's like, well, dude, your credit is awesome, but you got too many open lines on your personal credit. He's like, unless you get a cosigner or you just use your business credit, then you could go ahead and get the car. So underneath basically what it is I got everything that I do from here on out. It has to be in my credit. You know what I'm saying? In my business credit, it has to be in my business credit. And watch this, because I got the money, right? Watch this, and because I got the money, then my business is going to fund it. So instead of me transferring my business to my personal, I could just keep it in my business. So the thing would be, putting those cars into my business name, but those was really my personal cars at one moment. You know what I mean? Like they just happened to be in the business that I'm doing now, right? So my thing was, I live and I learn. I got too many open lines to where now I know, and I think it's like with these three cars, I think my limit is like at 145,000. That's just for that. But I'm like, all right, cool. So they ain't gonna give me no more in my personal name because my debt to ratio, income, whatever everything else I got in personal name, I can see it makes sense. So I got to really pretty much just do everything in my business from here on out.
But that's okay because look, you're already creating franchises. You're already helping me, which I was able to help Lady Latina, and then she's helping her daughter, and then everybody's. You got cars in Atlanta that Taisha and I were honored enough to, drive in and stuff like that. You helping Janae. You're starting whole franchises. Right. You helped me to get a franchise, so it's time for you to use your business.
Everything, yeah, and that's basically what it is. Guys said I have to do everything business, and then one of my partners just said it the other day too. He like, we about to buy all these houses. He like, so we gonna need this much money to do this and then the third. I'm like, all right, cool. The first thing I say, like, I know I got business money. First thing I say is like, I go to my shoebox and blah blah blah. I put up this much money. He said, dude, quit always putting up your money. He's like, that's the whole purpose. You use the business money. He's like, you always so generous. You just want to put up. He's like, that's what we got all this money in the business for. Use that. And I'm like, dude, you right. Like, dude, you right. Like, because it's almost like, and look, I'm giving to y'all real as I possibly can.
It's all new to you because like less than a year ago, you didn't have business credit.
Right. I didn't have business credit. Right. I did everything personally, y'all. And then watch this. Even 2 years before that, right? All I knew was street. So it was like I didn't know that aspect of it, but I'm growing into it, right? I always tell y'all, you don't got to be great to start. You just got to start to be great. I don't know everything, but watch this. One thing about me is I'm trying it and I'm in it. So my experience and what I'm telling you guys and people that's watching is real results. It's real truth. That's why you can go grab 2-3 cars in 4 or 5 days. You know what I mean? And then teach that same process because I'm teaching something that's really like true. I might have to go through the 9-month process, but it might take you 9 days. You see what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. I take the breaking, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, that's why I wanted to come on and really talk about my testimonies and the things that I'm going through that I know God is shifting me from. And it's like, yo, when you start thinking like this, right, you can't, I got to literally separate my personal business. So as much as I tell everybody else to do that, I got to practice what I speak to, right? I'm not that type of dude to be like, yo, I can't do that and I do that and I'm telling you to do this. Everything I'm telling people to do, I got to honor that too. I got to be obedient to that too, right? So it's like, all right, now I'm going to a whole nother stepping stone. And I'm like, all right, guys, look, when we start moving, right, and we start moving with obedience, right, and we start moving with the financial literacy that we got now, we got this money, everything in your business, F it. Don't even do nothing personal. Do everything from your business. And now I'm going to start teach people how to do that. You might got to sacrifice personal for a moment, right? But once you get your business rolling, keep that rolling.
Right. That's super dope. I really appreciate you. And then Taisha, give me some information on where our audience can reach you. I mean, you do a number of things.
I want to hear some jokes.
Yeah.
No, platform.
Where can our audience meet? Get in touch with you, whether it's to help with their personal credit, business funding, lending, whatever. Where can they reach you, Queen?
Okay, well, you can find me on Facebook, Taisha Thompson. It's easy as that. Email address is Taisha Thompson without the vowels at Gmail. If you want to shoot me an email, send me a personal message, DM. I'm on Instagram. It's Ty Said It. Ty Said It is my comedian name because I talk a lot of crap and I said it and I'm sticking to it.
Ty Said It.
So look, can it last 5 minutes be called jokes on you and you just go in, right? You just go right in, right?
I'm not so more of a joke person. I'm more of a story person. I was talking to my son yesterday and I was like, I want to take you on a trip. And he's like, nah, Ma, I gotta work. And I'm like, see, you can't even get no time off. Your boss like, nah, I'm sorry, you can't. I can't give you no time off. We got a load coming in tomorrow. I'm gonna need you. Then he go home and tell his wife, them boys at work, they want a day off. I told them they can't do nothing less than I said so. You can't have no time off. You belongs to me. You can't do nothing unless I tell you the truth. Unless I say you can. It's kind of like a country joke or whatever, right. But the whole thing is that you can't move how you want to move when you work a job. You can't get time off if your boss don't say you can get time off. It's like, so that's more so in entrepreneurship. A job is just selling your time, You can't really, have a break. You still kind of sort of a slave, quote unquote. But yeah, that
Right.
I was just, I brought a little bit of humor to it, and he kind of
Right.
laughed about it. Yeah, because you can't take a day off.
But you can't though, right? Right. But I mean, but watch this. Why can't you? Right. So why can't you? Because we one of the things I can say off rip why people don't want to quit their job, and if everybody can at least say one thing, it's because of security. They like that 9 to 5. I know if someone's go down, I get a check that's being taken away from me, but still given to me in the matter of da da da. But I got to do all these hours, and I'm cool with that. They like that security.
Yeah, but you can't never quit, right? So that security, security gonna hold you your whole life because you're like, I can't quit this job. What about these bills? Right, so you can't ever get away from the job because you needed to pay your bills. If you stop working, then. But I believe, as people of color, we have gifts to be absolutely great, right? And I was telling Kim earlier today, Les Brown says the richest place in the world is the graveyard, where everybody with the great dreams and and talents is passed away and then do nothing with them, right? Because you didn't have time to tap into your creativity because you were too busy working a job.
Right.
So at some point, you got to say, okay, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to use my job money to support my entrepreneurship so I can get money for my products and services and I can go get rich. That's another reason why you want to learn about financial literacy and or help people get business funding, business credit, because you need money to get products and services for your customers so you can get rich.
Right.
And they need money to buy your product, right? So you need all that to go hand in hand, right? So Miss Kim, what would you say the reason why some of these people is still working at 9 to 5? That slave mentality. I want to be stuck until my boss tell me I can go in or I can stay out. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
First and foremost, it is the mindset. First and foremost, it is and are those generational curses that are being passed down from generation to generation. I almost lost my home because I wanted to stay at my job. You know what I'm saying? I was 3 months behind on my mortgage when I lost the job, and then I had the worker bee mentality and went and got another job, but I still had no vet. And I started doing the numbers. I said, if I stay at this job, I'm going to lose my home. I quit that job being 3 months behind on my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm just going to have to work my business through hell or high water. I'm going to have to work my business. And here I am 2 months later. And we're about to go and do some other things with this home. I was able to save my home. I was able to save my credit cards, and raise my credit score without a job. Now I'm talking about a business, you guys. We all have true talents. We just have to tap into them. And just, reconditioning of your mind, Calvin, is what I would say. We're taught to work for what? For 40 years and or 60 years or however long. I didn't forgot that mentality because now I'm doing my business.
It's 60 years. I call it a 9 to confinement. And jail
Right.
it's a confinement. So it's a 9 to confinement. They're there to keep you locked in. So watch this. And then if you think about it, if you locked in and now you can't retire until after 60, don't you know by the time you get 60, a whole lot of things done change? The whole way of the marketing, the system done change.
Inflation.
Come on, exactly. Look, 10 years ago wasn't the same as right now. So
right.
now you taxing them on the money that they thought they was gonna get 60 years ago. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
And then they retire with only 40% of what they were, they couldn't even make it on 100%.
And you still gonna get taxed on your retirement. They still tax your retirement.
No.
Not only that, but a lot of people work in jobs that they absolutely hate. Like you go to work and they say most people have a heart attack on Monday because they go into a job they can't hardly stand. But that's what happened to me because I'm a union construction worker by trade. I'm an insulator. I haven't worked since October of 2019. And there were days I would be at work on that ladder and I'd be like, I would bawl. Like, God, I know you got something more for me than this, God. Like, it's not about the money. It's like, I'm not serving. I'm not adding value to nobody's life. I'm just basically here to make somebody else rich. Like, God, this cannot be the end all be all. There got to be more than this. So I'm grateful that I was laid off. I'm grateful for my unemployment.
I think like look, and not to cut you off, Queen, But if we let's to be all truthful, all three of us then got laid off our jobs. Like the last job I had, they laid me off, but really I quit because he called me a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
But quote unquote in their eyes, they laid me off, right? But at the end of the day, we all got laid off, and after that, that was the greatest thing that we never went back, right? Or at least not in the way that we did. And right now, look at us. We all grateful, but it took something like that, right? But watch this. We was faithful over it. We didn't quit. Well, my instance, I did. I was gonna walk out and quit. You know what I'm saying? They told me come back on Monday. When Monday came, I said, "Look, can I come back to work?" He said, "You know what? Well, we decided to go ahead and turn." I said, "Well, you know what? I was gonna quit anyway." So either way, however you want to look at it, whatever. I got fired. I quit. But that made us get into a position to where we're at right now, to where now we're thinking differently, right? That we had to reprogram. Like I think Miss Kim said that, reprogram that thing now. And like you said, Queen, your energy, your happiness was your responsibility. So that job was probably putting too much stress on you, and you was probably fighting within yourself for real times.
Listen. I used to, you know what? I went to work for the money, right? It was literally solely for the money and the benefits, but it jeopardized my happiness and my peace. I'm like, I don't come here for all this extra. If you just can't let me come here and work and leave me alone, but you want to make it extra and it's messing up my mindset. Like, nah, I don't come here for the shits. Like, you can keep that. So. Yeah, peace. And then another thing is that, construction, 6 o'clock start. I was up at 4:30. I was missing my babies going to school in the morning. It was like, the oldest rocked the youngest. And then when the oldest went to college, the middle son rocked the youngest. But I'm like, yo, I'm going to miss every morning. I can't tell you to go have a day, King, go be great. You're brilliant. You can do all things. Like, I was missing. I'm like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to miss their mornings for their whole life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to never see my babies off.
Right.
So, being a mother is my pride and joy. I'm living for my children. So yeah, I couldn't continue to do that. I mean, I'm still paying my union dues. It's still an option, but I can't go back. Right. Like we going forward. We're not going back.
Right.
But I'm grateful because I asked God to give me something. I couldn't get a regular job based on my history. Like I couldn't get a regular job for the state. But construction was Corey friendly. I'm like, yo, I'm in there. I'm making more than anybody in my family right now. God has blessed me. God is blessing me. So we can do all things, man. The universe gives to the givers and takes from the takers, and the universe ain't gonna give you no thoughts you can't manifest, right? So just thinking like that and being optimistic and having faith in your higher power, man, anything's possible.
Everything.
But it's always good to have options. Like
it's all right. Why would you only just want one, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why even what we doing, even in our customer service, we giving options, right? It's great to have options, right? So now we understand that we got different options, and these options can be overwhelming, right? So that's what the whole thing, like, as coming from the entrepreneur, coming from the employmental, world, right? Working for somebody, it's stressful, but also becoming your own boss and figuring things out as you get into it. That's stressful too. It's overwhelming, right? But I'd rather not quit on me to figure it out. So now these little ones like this can come into the picture and be able to do better than for me to go ahead and be built somebody else's houses, and they ain't gonna let me stay in there. My boss was not gonna give me enough to be his neighbor, right? He wasn't paying me enough to be his neighbor. So at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I'm going to build my own right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go, right? Because you can't get rich working a job. It's
never.
just not going to happen.
You only get rich working leverage, not off of labor, either or.
There it is. I like that. Get rich off leverage. Yeah, but you work harder for yourself than anybody else, so it makes sense to do it for yourself.
And you with yourself 24/7. 365. Watch this. I don't know if y'all know, but you got 1,444 minutes in a day, right? So you got all these minutes in a day to be with you, right? You're not gonna be with that boss that you don't like. You're gonna be at a job that you don't like for probably about 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you with you all day, every day. You might as well figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Get comfortable, like you said earlier, Queen. You getting comfortable, you can enjoy your own company. You might as well figure it out. And that's what the whole thing is about. Financial freedom don't just come because you want money, right? It comes because you want to be free. right?
Free. Like, I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I'm grown. I'm grown. You don't tell me what to do.
I know millionaire people that still go paycheck to paycheck, and yet they not free. So it's not about the money. It's literally about being free, having that peace to come in as you want to and leave when you want to, but still know everything is under control.
Yes, I am not.
Amen. I totally agree. I totally agree. This has been super dope, guys. Like I said, I'm so glad to be back in the building. Thank our audience for being patient. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. And if you guys please like and share, even if you're watching the replay, like and share. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Right, please.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's all I got, really. I'm going to go ahead and do some more self-care on this beautiful body. So, anyway, I just want to say I love each and every one of you, and remember to continue to stride in excellence.
Yeah, continue to try. Miss Tice, you got anything you want to say to the people before we get off? First of all, thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your presence, your peace. You're like, that's really what I got. Like, outside of everything else, I know you got a funny bone in you, right? And that right there gives people peace, because even in the Bible, it talks about how laughter is good for the soul, right? Like, so we need that, right? Like, we need that, right? So thank you for you just being you. I wish I'd have got a chance to see you when you came down. Lord willing, to be another chance, physically. But thank you for coming on the show. Anytime you want to, come on, give us some jokes. Look, she's a comedian, y'all. She's just a happy, friendly, loving, God-fearing, right? God-fearing woman that is a mother above all things, right? That's why her service is so cold, and I felt you on that. And that's why me and Miss Kim and everybody else that we deal with, is because at the end of the day, we parents, right? We real parents, and we live for our kids, by our kids, because of our kids, right? But through God. Right. So at the end of the day, thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Aisha. Anything else that you want to say before we get up off?
Thank you guys for the platform. I really appreciate Kim inviting me on today. It's cool to kick it with millionaire Calvin Alvin in the building. I know the dude's name, and I don't even be on here. That's crazy. But moving forward, you got to do stuff in your community. So I'm gonna start doing like little comedy shows, and then put the credit aspect to it. Because laughter is the best medicine. I guess people come out for comedy because, they're going through some things, and maybe I can make it a little bit lighter, the situation a little bit lighter, put a smile on your face, and then help you with some financial literacy so you can get your credit together, tap into funding your business, et cetera, et cetera. But that's how I'm going to do it. It's going to be credit and comedy.
I love that title. Credit.
And I'm going to tell you, they call me like the Chanel things, right? Credit and comedy. They call me like the Chanel logos.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I need
I'm in it with you, because you know what, in real life, people the first thing you hear when you hear credit, you don't laugh. You mad as shit. You right? You frustrated. You don't understand it. But you need to understand, credit is comedy. Like, come on, let's make jokes out of this shit, because we balling for real, y'all.
Right. And then look, my credit repair. We turned the Colorado Rockies into credit restoration.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I love the fact that multimillionaire Cal said the Chanel C's, the credit and comedy.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
So
you might want to take heed, like, for
straight
real.
Up, dudes be having shootouts in the hood, like, yo, I told you to get your credit together, dog. We wouldn't be out here shooting.
Come on. Exactly. Right.
We would have got our credit together. We wouldn't be out
We'd
here.
have been at the range. We'd have been shooting, but it'd have been at the range, right? We'd have been at our own range, right? Because we got our own range. So exactly.
Facts. So yeah, credit changes community. So
copy. Come on.
It's the two C's. It's comedy and credit. With your girl Ty said it. Hey, in the building, rocking with Kim and Calvin with this cream, cash, everything around.
There we go.
Cream, neighborhood. Dollar bills, y'all.
Appreciate you guys.
Each and every one of you. You have an amazing night. Stay tuned next week for Thursday Night Cream with multimillionaire Calvin Allen and Kim's Credit Leverage.
Good night, everybody.
Peace, y'all. Neighborhood.